In this video, we will discuss about PPS laboratory viva questions and answers, which are useful for all first year BTech students. 1. What is C programming language? C is a high level programming language known for its efficiency and portability. Who developed the C programming language? C programming language was developed by Dennis Ritchie. 3. Where was it developed? The C programming language was developed at Bell Laboratories. 4. Explain the difference between a compiler and an interpreter. A compiler translates the entire program at once, while an interpreter translates line by line during execution. 5. Define a variable in C. A variable in C is named memory location used to store data. 6. How are variables declared and initialized in C? Variables in C are declared with a data type and optionally initialized with a value. 7. Explain the concept of data types in C. Data types in C specify the type of data that can be stored in variables. 8. Name and define the basic data types in C. Basic data types in C include int, integer, float, floating point number, char, character, and double, double precision floating point number. 9. How do you declare constants in C? Constants in C are declared using the const keyword. 10. Describe the difference between plus plus I and I plus plus in C. Plus plus I increments the value of I before using it, while I plus plus increments after using it. 11. Explain the scope of a variable in C. The scope of a variable in C defines where it can be accessed in program. 12. What are local and global variables in C? Differentiate between them. Local variables are declared within a function, while global variables are declared outside functions and accessible throughout the program. 13. Explain the concept of array in C. How are they declared and accessed? Array in C stores a collection of elements of same data type accessed via indices and declared with a specific size and type. 14. What are what is the significance of the size of operator in C? Size of operator in C determines the size in bytes of a variable or data type. 15. Define a pointer in C. How is it declared and used? A pointer is in C holds the memory address of another variable declared with a specific data type and used for indirect memory access. Explain 16. Explain difference between malloc and calloc functions. Malloc allocates memory without initializing it, while calloc allocates and initializes memory to 0. 17. Discuss the importance of the null pointer in C. Null pointer in C points to no memory location and is used to signify the absence of a valid address. 18. What is the purpose of the const keyword in C? The const keyword in C is used to declare the constants or variables whose values cannot be modified. 19. Describe the if else statement in C with an example. If else statement in C executes a block of code based on a condition. For example, if condition code block executed if condition is true. If condition open braces code block executed if condition is true closed brackets else open brackets code block executed if condition is false closed brackets. 20. Explain the switch statement in C, how it is different from if else. Switch statement in C evaluates an expression against multiple cases and is used when there are many cases to consider, unlike if else, which handles Boolean conditions. 21. Discuss the usage of for loop in C programming. For loop in C is used for repetitive tasks with initialization, condition, and iteration statements. 22. Define the while loop in C. Provide an example. While loop in C executes a block of code while a condition is true. For example, while condition open brackets code block executed while condition is true close brackets. 23. Explain the concept of the file handling in C. File handling in C involves operations like reading from and writing to file using functions like fopen, fclose, fread, and fwrite. 24. Discuss the concept of structure in C. How are they declared and used? Structures in C define user defined data types that hold multiple variables of different data types accessed with dot notation. 25. Differentiate between struct and union in C. Struct in C holds members with their allocated memory, while union shares memory among its members, allowing only one member to hold a value at a time. 26. Explain the importance of typedef keyword in C. Typedef in C creates an alias for existing data types, enhancing code readability and defining complex data types more easily. 27. What is the purpose of enum keyword in C? The enum keyword in C creates a set of named integer constants, improving code readability. 28. Discuss the concept of preprocessor directives in C. Preprocessor directives in C begins with hash and are executed before compilation, used for file inclusion, macro definitions, condition, conditional compilation, etc. 29. What is the purpose of a function prototype in C? Function prototypes declare a function's name, return type, and parameters before its actual implementation to inform the compiler and about the function's existence and signature. 30. How is the do while loop different from while loop? Do while loop in C always executes the code block at least once before checking the condition. 3.1. What is the purpose of break and continue statements in loops? Break exits the loop while continue skips the current iteration and proceeds the next iteration. 3.2. Discuss the concept of functions in C. How are they declared and defined? Functions in C perform specific tasks and are declared with a return type, name, and parameters, if any, and defined with a block of code enclosed in braces. 3.3. Explain the difference between call by value and call by reference in functions. Call by value passes a copy of the argument, while call by reference passes the memory address of the argument. 3.4. What is recursion? How is it implemented in C? Recursion is a technique where a function calls itself. In C, it is implemented with a base case to stop the recursive calls. 3.5. Describe the importance of the return statement in functions. The return statement in C exists a function and can return a value to the calling function. 3.6. How are function prototypes used in C programming? Function prototypes in C declare a function's name, return type, and parameters before the function definition, informing the compiler about the function's existence and signature. 3.7. Explain the uses of typedef in C. Typedef in C creates a alias or new name for an existing data type, enhancing code reliability and allowing the definition of complex data types more easily. 3.8. How is memory allocation handled in C programming? C provides functions like malloc and calloc for dynamic memory allocations and free to dealloc the memory after use, allowing efficient memory management. 3.9. Discuss the significance of enum keyword in C. The enum keyword in C defines a set of named integer constants, making code more readable and maintainable by providing meaningful names to constants. 40. What are the differences between scanf and printf functions in C? Scanf is used for input reading data from the user, while printf is used for output displaying data to the console or other output devices. Explain the importance of header file in C programming. Header files in C contains function prototypes, macros, and declarations required for program functionally facilitating code reorganization and reusability. 42. What is a structure different from a union in C? A structure in C allows storing multiple members of different data types, each with its allocated memory, whereas a union shares a memory among its members, allowing only one member to hold a value at a time. 43. Discuss the uses of pointers in C. Pointers in C store memory addresses and are used to indirectly manipulate data, allowing efficient memory management and dynamic memory allocation. 44. What are the roles of break and continue statements in loops? Break is used to exit a loop permanently, while continues skips the current iteration and proceeds to the next iteration within a loop. 45. How does the null pointer differ from other pointers in C? The null pointer in C does not point to any memory location, significantly absence of a valid address, while other pointers holds a valid memory address. 46. What is a variable? Variables are user-defined names given to memory locations and are used to store values. A variable may have different values at different times during program execution. 47. What is the use of printf and scanf functions in C? Values of variables and results of expressions can be displayed on the screen using printf function. Values to variables can be accepted through the keyboard using scanf function. 48. What is the use of break statements? The break statement is used to exit from the loop. 49. What is a recursive function? A function calling itself is called recursive function. What is a pointer variable? A pointer variable is a variable that can save the address of another variable. 51. What are the storage classes available in C? Auto, static, extreme, and register. How to access structure members? Structure members can be accessed using the dot operator. 53. What are the file handling functions in present in C? fopen, fclose, fgetc, fputc, fgetS, fputs, fprintf, fscanf, fread, fwrite, fseek. 54. How to access the structure members by their pointers? We can access, we can use structure members using arrow operator with its pointer. What is the difference between normal variable and array variable? Variables can store only one value at a time, whereas an array variable can store several values at a time. Thank you for watching. Please share and subscribe if you like.